Well, therefore I challenge to the brother, point out one unscientific thing, unscientific fact, not hypothesis. I challenge anyone to point out a single verse of the Quran which is against established science. It can be against theories, it can be against Darwin's theory, no problem, because that's a theory, it's not a fact. If you put this test to the other scriptures, I gave a lecture on Quran modern science, I can give a longer lecture on unscientific thing mentioned in the Bible. Not that I want to criticize it. I can give a lecture on unscientific thing mentioned in the Vedas.
For instance, when we look at Aristotle's words, when we look at the descriptions in the Quran, we see a correspondence.
Well,
that is
you haven't
evidence.
shown us any correspondence.
Yeah, that's the point. That's a statement.
You haven't shown us. This is a statement. Aristotle is like the Quran. How? How?
Aristotle also describes the emergence of bones and muscle in sequence.
Right.
Okay.
And it's like the Quran.
And it's like the Quran. Which
well, does Aristotle say the bones come first and then the flesh and the muscles? Does he say that? Are you sure?
Anybody that works.
I'll let you think about this.
Well, if you, are you? Is that what?
I'm not saying it. Can you? Are you sure?
Is that what the Quran specifically says?
Absolutely. This is exactly what the Quran says. Chapter 23.
Because you just demonstrated the Quran is wrong.
Yeah, but Hamza Myers.
That's not what happens. In
well, this is what the embryologists are telling us. This is exactly what the embryologists are telling us.
No, they're not.
Okay. Let me tell you what Keith Moore said. I mean, you can disagree with him.
He doesn't like Keith Moore.
I don't know why you don't. What he said on the page number 364A of his book, The Human Embryo, that in the 7th week the bones are formed, and immediately after that the flesh is formed, and the bones are clothed with flesh. Well, Keith Moore is wrong. He's an embryologist. This is his field.
It's my field too. I know he's wrong.
You're an embryologist?
Yes.
Oh, great! Wow, wow, that's news to me. Okay.
So that's wrong, because what happens first is you have differentiation of mesoderm.
Right.
That within the mesoderm you have segregation into things like embryonic mesenchyme, and then you have these cartilaginous centers that will form bone.
Right.
And these are forming simultaneously with each other.
Right. Simultaneously.
Yes.
Even if that's the case, the Quran is right, because thumma is very, even if that's the case, linguistically the Quran is right. Thumma literally can in Arabic language means things happening simultaneously. Yes.
Well.
Yes.
But that's besides the point.
On the one hand, you are complaining that there's this detailed, wonderful science in the Quran that he could only have learned from, revelation.
Sure.
And I'm saying that no, that what you find in the Quran is an extremely primitive science that was nothing more than the common man could have learned from, general interactions with learned society at the time.
Like mountain roots as well. How would they even know that? There was not even knowledge at that time.
Mountain roots. Whoop-de-doo again. It's all it's saying is that you've got this mountain that's going up here, and there's a lot of depth beneath it.
And then they would understand the function of that as well.
Yes. The function.
It is.
The function of the Quran
is
to
absolutely
anchor the crust and things like, and that's not the case. That's again wrong
It's
geology.
not to anchor the crust at all.
What is it for?
It's actually to, from my knowledge, it's actually to, like Archimedes' fulcrum point. Like that's what isostasis come from. It's like another term to discuss the Archimedes fulcrum point, and that's what it's there for.